Meet PrepCenterNearMe.com, a powerhouse for e-commerce sellers looking to navigate the e-commerce space in the most flexible and centralized way possible. Now, I'll present to you why this is a software that you need in 2026 if you can stick around for the next 2 minutes. Now, if you've missed this, in 2026, January 2026, Amazon is imposing a new set of fees to Amazon sellers. It doesn't matter if you're selling FBA or FBM. Some of these fees are going to affect you and drop your profits, making it extremely difficult for you to stay in business, specifically if your margins are currently slim. So let's speak about this briefly. Amazon is going to increase up to 12% in their fulfillment fees. So if you were paying on average $5, you're now going to end up paying an additional 50 cents. 50 cents in a $19, $20, $30 product is a big difference. It's 1 to 2% of your profit margins easily. Now, the next thing that's happening is that they're now changing some of the category fees. Some categories were charging less than the 18%. Some of them that were set at 16%, some of them that were set at 17%, and that is now changing. So it looks like across the board they're now going to start charging 18%, and that's going to be their base number. And again, depending on what you're selling and your current profit margins, that's a huge deficit right there. Now the next thing is, and it's all related to the fulfillment fees, is that they're looking to increase their fulfillment costs at the closing structure by 5%. And this is something that, again, affects you directly when it comes to the fulfillment fee. It's just broken down to help you understand that this number for closing fees on every single order is now going to go up and is going to eat some of that profit margin. Now, a lot of these things are, essentially cents and dollars as I speak about them. But if you use or start audit feature, you're going to be able to visualize what this does for your top selling SKU to your top selling ASIN in the next 12 months. And you're going to realize that you're going to lose thousands of dollars. And if you're a 7-8 figure seller, that can be 6 or 7 figures also. Now, let's not continue speaking about this. Let's speak about what Prep Center Near Me is capable of doing. First of all, PrepCenterNearMe.com is a centralized way for you to connect all of your e-commerce stores. We're integrating to more e-commerce channels so that everything happens from this centralized dashboard. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that you can start a shipment request, and essentially, I'm just going to go through this very fast, but essentially what you're doing is telling the system, hey, I need to pick up items in this region. Let me just put the details. You're going to put the details and you're going to go through this. At the end of this process, you're going to have an estimated 3PL breakdown, right? You're going to have a 3PL breakdown of the fees associated with whatever you're doing, very similar to how Amazon does it. And it's going to give you a range of warehouses that you can select from to negotiate with them and handle your 3PL needs. Now, what's very unique about what we've done is that you don't have to make it to the negotiations part for you to essentially know what you're doing. We've created the first extension ever, the first Amazon FBA extension ever that allows you to see a summary of what it costs you to fully prep this item and get it, sold out to your consumer. Most Amazon product research technologies, they do have an Amazon extension that has calculators, it has charts, it has all the fun things, right? And we can see it here. We're very similar to what those solutions are. But the problem is that you're never able to calculate these fees accordingly, right? And if you do have a 3PL provider, it's always, hey, what can you do for me here? In regards to the approach for a directory, right now we have some manual processes, but 90% of all the process is AI generated and is done through a lot of the things that we gather from the partners that are on the network today, handling services for you nationwide. Now, when it comes to, your vendor, there's going to be a zone similar to how UPS does it. And in that zone, there's going to be a range of pricing, and that pricing is now going to be used to calculate what are your fees to help you really visualize your profit margins. You can compare this between FBA and FBM. It's very easy. We have everything centralized, everything situated for you to come plug and play, centralize all of your operations, and find ways for you to stay relevant and keep your profit margins as high as possible. Amazon FBA fees are going to bump up. So this number, me speaking today before all these fees take effect, this number on the Amazon FBA section is going to be at least $1 more expensive than what we can do with our network at prepcenternearme.com. Therefore, I'm giving you a heads up right now. It is time for you to try prepcenternearme.com. We have an amazing offer going out right now, and you can essentially just join the beta program. We have training, we have resources, we have a lot of cool technology and financing options for big providers coming early in January 2026. And you don't want to miss that out. You don't want to miss out on this huge technology implementation that we're pushing from the Unilogic team. And again, my name is Jonathan Franco. I'm the founder and CEO, and I'm here to tell you that for the next 14 days, we're going to be speaking about very cool things about prepcenternearme.com and other related services that we have for e-commerce sellers like you. Just, stay on top of what's really happening. There's a lot happening in 2026. If you have slim profits today, you might be out of business next year. So let's audit your business and let's find ways for you to scale instead of, shrinking because of the profit margins. And with that being said, it's more than a pleasure. Subscribe to our channel. Again, every single day for the next 14 days, you're going to see at least one video and a bunch of resources under these videos for which, I get to speak about some of these problems and solutions that we have directly in correlation to what we're speaking about. I'll talk to you soon and stay tuned.